Have you ever wondered why some people seem to make money easily, while others work hard every day and still feel financially trapped? Two people can earn almost the same income, live in the same city, and have similar opportunities, yet one slowly builds wealth while the other constantly struggles with bills, debt, and financial stress. The difference is often not intelligence, it is not always luck, and it is not simply how much money they earn. Sometimes, the biggest difference is a set of invisible money rules that most people follow without even realizing it. These rules shape the way you spend, save, borrow, invest, and think about your future. And the most dangerous part is that many of these rules look completely normal. They are so common that people rarely question them. Today, we're going to talk about 5 money rules that can quietly keep you poor for years. And once you recognize them, you may start seeing your own financial decisions in a completely different way. I'm Addy, and this is Wealth Theory. Keep learning, keep investing. Keep building your future. The first money rule is one almost everyone has heard before. If I can afford the monthly payment, I can afford the purchase. This sounds reasonable. A car costs $600 per month. Your income is high enough to make the payment. So you tell yourself that you can afford the car, but this is where the financial trap begins. A monthly payment can make an expensive purchase feel affordable, even when the total cost is far beyond what you should be spending. A $600 payment doesn't tell you the full story. You also have insurance, fuel, maintenance, taxes, registration, and the opportunity cost of the money you are spending. The same thing happens with homes, phones, furniture, vacations, and almost everything else people buy using financing. The payment is small enough to accept, but the total financial commitment can become enormous. This is why financially intelligent people don't only ask, "Can I make the payment?" They ask, "What will this purchase cost me over time?" A monthly payment focuses your attention on the present. Total cost forces you to think about the future, and the future is where most financial consequences live. Imagine someone earns $5,000 a month after taxes. They already have rent, groceries, utilities, insurance, and other expenses. Then they decide to add a $700 car payment. After that, they add another $200 in insurance and fuel. Suddenly, the car is costing almost $1,000 every month. But because the person originally thought only about the $700 payment, the full impact was hidden from them. This is how people slowly turn their future income into obligations. The problem is not that cars are bad. The problem is buying a lifestyle based on what your future paycheck is expected to be. The more fixed payments you have, the less freedom you have. And freedom is one of the most valuable things money can buy. The second money rule is even more dangerous. I will start saving when I earn more, people say. When I get a better job, I'll start saving. When my salary increases, I'll invest. When I pay off this debt, I'll finally build an emergency fund. But then the raise comes. And somehow the money disappears. The income increases, but the savings never begin. Why? Because the problem was never only income. The problem was the habit of spending everything that comes in. If you cannot save a small amount when your income is low, earning more money may not automatically solve the problem. You may simply create a more expensive version of your current lifestyle. Someone earning $3,000 can spend all $3,000. Someone earning $6,000 can also spend all $6,000. Someone earning $15,000 can still find a way to spend every dollar. The amount changes. The behavior stays the same. This is why saving should begin before you feel ready. It doesn't need to be a large amount. The goal in the beginning is not to become rich. The goal is to train your financial behavior. Saving $50 every month may not change your life immediately, but it creates a habit. It teaches you that every dollar you earn does not belong to your current lifestyle. When your income increases, your savings should increase too. But if you wait for the perfect financial moment, you may wait forever. There will always be another bill, another purchase, another reason to delay. The third money rule is, looking successful is the same as being successful. This rule has become more powerful than ever because of social media. Every day you see people showing luxury cars, expensive restaurants, designer clothes, beautiful homes, exotic vacations, and impressive lifestyles. You see the result, but you don't see the financial structure behind it. The car may be financed. The house may have a massive mortgage. The vacation may be paid for with credit cards. The designer clothes may be purchased with money that should have gone toward savings. But social media doesn't show the debt. It shows the appearance. And this creates a dangerous psychological trap. You begin comparing your real life to someone else's highlight reel. You start feeling behind. You think, everyone else is doing better than me. Then you begin spending money to create the appearance that you are also doing well. This is how people buy things they don't need with money. They don't have to impress people they barely know. The truth is, many of the wealthiest people you will ever meet may not look wealthy. They may drive older cars. They may live in a comfortable but ordinary home. They may wear simple clothes. They may not post expensive vacations online. Why? Because they understand that money spent on appearance is money that cannot be invested in their future. A luxury car can make you look rich today. An investment portfolio may not impress anyone today, but 10 years from now the difference can be enormous. Real wealth is often invisible. It is the emergency fund nobody knows about. It is the debt you paid off quietly. It is the investment account you never talk about. It is the freedom to leave a job you hate because you have enough savings to survive. It is the ability to handle an emergency without begging someone for help. The fourth money rule is, more money will make me happy. Money can absolutely improve your life. It can reduce certain types of stress. It can give you more choices. It can provide safety, comfort, and opportunities. But money alone cannot solve every problem. Many people believe that the next level of income will finally make them happy. They think, if I make $50,000, I'll be comfortable. Then they reach $50,000 and want $75,000. Then they reach $75,000 and want $100,000. Then they reach $100,000 and start comparing themselves to people earning $200,000. The finish line keeps moving. This is called lifestyle inflation. But there is another part of the problem, emotional inflation. Your financial expectations grow along with your income. The things that once felt luxurious become normal. Then you need something even more expensive to feel excited. This is why a person can earn more money every year and still feel exactly as financially stressed as before. The solution is not to stop wanting more. Ambition is valuable. The solution is to define what enough means to you. If you never define enough, the world will define it for you. And the world will always tell you that you need more. More house, more car, more clothes, more vacations, more technology, more status. But financial freedom begins when you realize that more is not always better. Sometimes, more responsibilities are simply more expensive. The fifth money rule is, I need to understand everything before I begin. This rule prevents millions of people from ever starting to save, invest, or improve their financial lives. They say, I don't know enough about investing. I don't understand the stock market. I don't know how taxes work. I don't know which account to use. So they do nothing. Learning is important. You should never invest in something you don't understand. But there is a difference between learning responsibly and using lack of knowledge as an excuse to never begin. You don't need to know everything to take your first step. You can begin by understanding your income, then your expenses, then your debt, then your emergency fund, then basic investing principles. Financial knowledge is built step by step. The problem is that people often believe they need a perfect plan before they take action, but the perfect plan does not exist. Your financial plan will change as your income changes. Your goals will change. Your responsibilities will change. Your priorities will change. The important thing is to start building the habit of making intentional decisions. Let's look at how these 5 money rules connect. Imagine a person who believes they can afford anything as long as they can afford the monthly payment. They spend everything they earn and tell themselves they will save later. They constantly compare themselves to people online and buy things to look successful. They believe more money will eventually make them happy. And because they don't understand investing, they never start. This person may earn a very good income, but their financial future is fragile. Now imagine someone with the opposite approach. They look at the total cost of purchases instead of only the monthly payment. They start saving before they feel financially comfortable. They care more about building wealth than appearing wealthy. They understand that money is a tool, not a personality, and they continue learning instead of waiting until they know everything. This person may not look rich, but their financial position becomes stronger every year. And this is where the real difference appears. Wealth is often not created by one huge financial decision. It is created by avoiding thousands of small mistakes. One unnecessary payment, one impulse purchase, one high-interest loan, one emotional investment decision, one lifestyle upgrade after another. Each decision seems small, but over 10 or 20 years, small decisions become a financial life. This is why you need to pay attention to your defaults. What happens automatically when you receive money? Do you spend first and save whatever remains? Do you immediately upgrade your lifestyle after a raise? Do you use credit to buy things before you have the money? Do you make financial decisions based on what other people are doing? Do you avoid investing because you are waiting to know everything? Your automatic behavior may be controlling your financial future more than your income is. The good news is that automatic behavior can be changed. You can automate savings. You can set up automatic transfers on payday. You can separate spending money from savings money. You can remove unnecessary subscriptions. You can create a waiting period before large purchases. You can decide in advance how much of every raise will go toward your future. The less you rely on willpower, the easier your financial system becomes, because willpower is not reliable. You may be disciplined today and exhausted tomorrow. You may make smart decisions in the morning and impulsive decisions after a stressful day. A good financial system protects you from your worst moments. For example, if you automatically move money into savings the day you get paid, you don't have to decide every month whether you should save. The decision has already been made. This is one of the most powerful ideas in personal finance. Make good decisions automatic. Your future should not depend entirely on how motivated you feel. Now let's talk about debt. Debt is not always evil. A mortgage can help you buy a home. A business loan can help you build a company. Education debt can sometimes increase your earning potential. But debt becomes dangerous when it is used to purchase things that lose value while your obligation remains. A luxury vacation disappears after a week. The credit card balance may remain for months or years. A new phone loses value quickly. The interest on the debt continues. A shopping purchase may provide excitement for a few days. The payment can remain long after the excitement is gone. This is why you should ask yourself one question before borrowing money. Will this debt help create future value? Or am I simply bringing future income into the present? When you borrow from the future, you reduce your future freedom. The more of your future income already belongs to other people, the less control you have over your life. This is why paying off high-interest debt can be one of the best investments you make. Because every dollar of interest you stop paying is money that can remain in your future. Now let's talk about the opposite of debt, investing. Investing is not about becoming rich overnight. It is about owning assets that have the potential to grow over time. The important word is time. People often underestimate what consistent investing can do because the early results look small. You invest for 1 year and think, this isn't changing my life. You invest for 2 years and still feel impatient, but wealth often grows quietly before it grows visibly. The early years are about building the foundation. Then, over time, your contributions and the growth of your investments begin working together. This is the power of compounding. The money you invest can generate returns. Those returns can remain invested. Then future growth can happen on a larger amount. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. The biggest advantage ordinary people have is time. The earlier you start learning and investing responsibly, the more time your money has to work. But even if you are starting late, the best time to improve your financial habits is still today. You cannot change the years that have already passed. But you can change the direction of the years ahead, and this is something many people forget. They become so embarrassed about their financial mistakes that they avoid looking at their money entirely. They don't check their bank account. They avoid their credit card statements. They ignore debt. They don't open investment accounts. They tell themselves they will deal with it later, but ignoring a financial problem does not make it disappear. Avoidance is expensive. The moment you start looking honestly at your financial situation, you begin taking back control. You may not like every number you see. That's okay. The goal is not to feel perfect. The goal is to become aware, because awareness creates choices. You cannot choose what to change if you don't know what is happening. So here's a simple financial reset you can start today. First, calculate your monthly income. Second, write down every fixed expense. Third, track your variable spending. Fourth, list all your debts and their interest rates. Fifth, calculate how much money you currently have saved. Sixth, choose one financial goal for the next 90 days. Not 10 goals. One, maybe it is paying off a credit card. Maybe it is saving $1,000. Maybe it is investing your first amount. Maybe it is learning a skill that can increase your income. The goal should be clear and measurable. Because vague goals create vague results. I want to become better with money is not a plan. I will save $300 every month for the next 6 months is a plan. I will learn one valuable skill for 5 hours every week is a plan. I will track every expense for 30 days is a plan. Your financial life becomes easier when your intentions become specific. And remember, you don't have to become wealthy to start behaving like someone who builds wealth. You build wealth by making wealth-building decisions before you have wealth. You save before you feel rich. You invest before the amount feels impressive. You learn before you feel like an expert. You avoid unnecessary debt before you have a large income. You practice discipline before anyone can see the results. And this is why many people never understand the process. They only see the final result. They see the person with financial freedom. They don't see the years of decisions that created it. They see the successful business. They don't see the years of learning and failure. They see the investment portfolio. They don't see the years of consistent contributions. They see the freedom. They don't see the discipline that came before it. Wealth is usually delayed. You make the sacrifice today. The result may appear years later. This is why patience is such a powerful financial advantage. Most people want immediate rewards. Spend money today, enjoy today, upgrade today. But financially strong people learn to delay certain rewards. They understand that saying no today can create more choices tomorrow. You don't need to say no to everything. You simply need to stop saying yes to everything. Every dollar you spend is a decision. Every dollar you save is a decision. Every dollar you invest is a decision. And your financial future is the result of those decisions repeated over time. So let's return to the 5 money rules. The first rule, if you can afford the monthly payment, you can afford the purchase. Question it. Look at the total cost. The second rule, I'll start saving when I earn more. Question it. Start with what you have. The third rule, looking wealthy means being wealthy. Question it. Real wealth is often invisible. The fourth rule, more money will finally make me happy. Question it. Define what enough means to you. The fifth rule, I need to know everything before I begin. Question it. Learn continuously but take responsible action. These 5 changes may seem simple. But simple does not mean easy. The hardest part of personal finance is often not understanding what to do. It is doing the same right things repeatedly. Save, invest, learn, avoid unnecessary debt. Control lifestyle inflation. Increase your earning power. Repeat. The process may feel boring, but boring can be powerful. The most successful financial plan may not be the one that sounds exciting. It may be the one you can follow for 20 years, because the goal is not to impress people with your financial decisions. The goal is to create a life where money gives you more choices instead of fewer. A life where one unexpected bill doesn't destroy you. A life where you can make decisions based on your values instead of financial panic. A life where your future income is not already owned by debt. A life where you don't need to prove your success to strangers. A life where your money quietly works in the background while you focus on the things that truly matter. That is the real purpose of wealth. Not simply owning expensive things, not simply having a large bank account, but having more control over your time, your choices, and your future. And you don't have to wait until you are rich to begin building that life. You can start with one decision today, track your spending, cancel one unnecessary expense, save your first amount. Pay down one debt, learn one new skill, open your mind to a better financial future, because the direction of your life can change before the results become visible. The first step may look small, But small steps repeated consistently can create a completely different future. So if you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. Your financial future is not controlled by one big decision. It is controlled by the money rules you follow every day. Some of those rules were taught to you by your family. Some were created by society. Some were created by advertising. And some were created by your own past mistakes. But you are allowed to question them. You are allowed to change them. You are allowed to create new rules, rules that protect your future, rules that help you build wealth. Rules that give you more freedom, because you do not need to become a completely different person overnight. You simply need to make your next financial decision slightly better than your last one. Then do it again, and again, and again. Over time, those decisions become habits. Those habits become your financial system, and your financial system eventually shapes your future. I'm Addy, and this is Wealth Theory. Keep learning, keep investing, keep building your future. And remember, the people who build wealth are not always the people who earn the most money. They are often the people who understand where their money is going, control their lifestyle, and make better decisions long after everyone else has stopped paying attention. I'll see you in the next video.